This video is about 2017 to 18 PSAT booklet. The first test for math is no calculator section. So, look at the reference first. For the special right triangle, the easiest way to deal with the special right triangle is using ratio. Like 1, here's 2, then this is square root of 3. For 45, 45, 90, right triangle, we label as 1, 1, square root of 2 ratio. If you know that trigonometry better, you can use SOHCAHTOA to deal with the special right triangle too. For question number 1, this question basically, you need to write down that algebraic expressions according to the given word problem. But there's a tricky part, is 2 children. But basically, 2 children for this question doesn't matter. We are not looking for the money for one child. It's not like that. We need to determine how much the babysitter earn when we put the children, means these 2 children, to bed on time. So basically, it will be 8x plus 3. And when you look at that n hour, that's which means 8 has to be times, that is how many hours you used. That is x. And 3 additional 3, they didn't say like $3 an hour. It's not like that. So you add 3. That's why A will be the answer. Let's go to number 2. For the number 2, basically we're looking for this ratio. So we do the distributive property. We put all x on one side, y the other side. So I have 3x plus 3y equals y. Then I subtract 3y over here, both sides. And you could see the 3x equals negative 2y. Since I'm looking for x over y, so I over y both sides. And then this 3, you have to get rid of this 3. So I divide it by 3. Then you will get x over y on the left side. And the right side will be negative 2 over 3. That's B will be the answer. For number 3, if you see that fraction, first of all, you get rid of that fraction by multiply by that denominator. That is the least common denominator. So for the first one, we do multiply by 4. Then the second one, we multiply by 8. So for the first one, I will get the 2x minus y equals 40. For second question, I will get the x minus y, then equals, that's here's 152. 2 ways to do this question. First is you just plug in, check, see which one give you the right answer. Here's x, this is y, plug in. Second way is you really solve. But when you do this kind of question, better way is just a plug-in game. So we can plug in x minus y. You make sure x minus y has to be 152. Then you just say that this is definitely wrong. Subtraction cannot be 152. This is wrong. So only A will be your answer. You don't have to even solve this question. So when you say that fraction as the coefficient of a system equation is try to get rid of that denominator, turn it into system equation with integers as a coefficient. Then just plug in. Triangle ABC is isosceles, which means AB equals AC. And BC equals 48. The ratio of DE to DF is 5 to 7. What's the length of DC? So basically we're looking for this one. So how to analyze these questions? When you have isosceles triangle, which means that angle B equals angle C. Then for this right triangle BED and then DFC, we know that this angle will be equal to each other because this is a right triangle. Yeah, let's label as 1, 2, 3, 4. And we know that it's 1 equals 4. Then it's angle 2 equals angle 3. Which means these two right triangles are similar to each other. Because for any two triangles, ABC and A prime, B prime, and C prime, if two angles equal to each other, like corresponding angles, they equal to each other, which means triangle ABC will be similar to triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. That's the rule. So from angle 1 equals angle 4, angle 2 equals angle 3, we know triangle, that's BED, will be similar to triangle CFD. For two similar triangles, then the ratio of corresponding sides will be equal to each other. In other words, I can do like DE over DF. It will be equals BD over DC. So I plug in. I got DE over DF will be 5 over 7. And BD over DC. Let me put that DC is X. So here's X. BD will be equal to BC minus DC. So basically it's 48 minus X. So we do 48 minus X. Then we do cross multiply now. So I got the 5X equals 7 times 48. It's a big number. I don't want to do that now. So minus 7X. So I add 7X both sides. You will get the 12X equals 7 times 48. So I divide by 12. You will get X equals, here's a reducing now. Here's a 4, so it's 28. Do you know why I didn't do the 7 times 48? Because first of all, that will be big number. And the main reason why I didn't multiply by 7 times 48 is I want to reduce over here 12 and 48. I can reduce. So not every time when you see the number, you figure that out at that time. Okay, so for number 5, basic number 5, that's the system equation. But you don't have to, list that system equation and solve them. We can use the given information to plug in to find the answer. So all is 50. That means if 10 is a hard puzzle, then you have 40 is an easy puzzle. If you have 15, it should be 35. 25, it should be 25. And then 35, you will have 15. So this is a hard, and here's a easy puzzle now. Then for the hard one, you will get 60 points times the hard one, plus 30 points times the easy one. You are supposed to get 1,950 points. Then just check when you plug in over here, then which one satisfies this equation, then that will be your answer. So when you plug in that 8 equals 15, and then E equals 35, you will get this answer. So B will be the answer. And for number 6, basically that's a quadratic equation, so we factor that. I use Ninja X to factor. Ninja X, that means for ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Make sure the a is positive. Then we set up a times c to the top. Then here's b over ax over ax. Then we're looking for these two numbers. Multiply, you got the a times c, and adding, you got the b. For example, here, that's a, b, c. So a times negative 15, that's negative 30. So here's positive 7. Then I have 2x here, 2x here. Then negative 30, I factor that. I got negative 130. Then we try to add negative 1 plus 30, try to get positive 7 here. No, it's not equal to positive 7, which means it's not the factor pair we are looking for. So keep going. Here's negative 2, 15. Adding, that's 13, not positive 7. So keep going. Negative 3, 10. We multiply, get the negative 30. We add, get the positive 7. That's our factor pair now. So negative 3, here's 10. Then you have to reduce. Here's 1. This is a 5. So here's a 5. Here's x. So we write down the answer will be 2x minus 3. Then it's another factor will be x plus 5. By making both factor equal 0, you will get the x1 equals 3 over 2. Then your x2 equals negative 5. According to the given information, r greater than s. So this is r, here's s. Then r minus s will be 3 over 2 minus negative 5. That's 3 over 2 plus 5. 3 over 2 is 1.5. 1.5 plus 5 will be 6.5. See which one will be equal to 6.5. That's B will be the answer. For number 7, whenever you see like per hour or per minute or an hour or every hour, means you multiply by that x. So for Alan, that is 8.50x plus 15. That's for Alan. And for Taylor, it will be 9.25x plus 12. we are looking for all the value of x for which Taylor's total charge is greater than Allen's total charge. So greater than, that means inequality. We will set up inequality like this. 9.25x plus 12 greater than 8.50x plus 15. Then we solve for that. We subtract 8.50 both sides. And then it's subtract 12 both sides. 12. You will get, here's a 5, 7, 0.75x greater than 3. Then we know the x divided by 0.75x greater than 4. So that's the answer. First of all, we know this 3 is a slope. For the slope, it's equals y over x. Y value in this situation will be number of cups. Then for difference of x, that's temperature. Therefore, the meaning of 3 is for every decrease or increase of temperature, how many more cups of hot chocolate will be sold. We know this slope is -3. Therefore, slope 3 in this situation means for every decrease of 1 very height, 3 more cups of hot chocolate will be sold. So for number 9, they said the road drops 4 meters in elevation for every 100 meters along the length of the road. So basically, suppose that is 100. Then it will drop, here's 4 meters. Then the road is at 1,300 meters elevation. So here's the 1. I know this is 1,300 meters for elevation. And here is the road. Then the truck is traveling at 16 meters per second. So after t seconds, and it will pass through 16 times t meters. It's supposed to be here. We're looking for the elevation of a road. So if over here, then what's this points from here to here, basically? That's your question. First of all, and you have to get, let's label here the y now. And how to figure out the y? Use this ratio. Every 100, then drop 4. If I pass 16t, then drop how much? Then I using that 300 minus y will be my answer. So I cross multiply. You will get the y equals 64t over 100, which means 0.64t. Then the answer will be the B. Yeah, because you minus y, you will get, this is looking for. For number 10, basically that's just like plug. But for this plug-in game, you have to do some option first. It's not like plug in -3 into that. Basically, we're looking for f of -3. But given that is f of x minus 1. So how I make that f of x minus 1 equals that f of -3? You have to make sure that x minus 1 equal to -3. So your x will be, add 1 both sides, is -2. Which means I need to plug -2 for x. That's 2 times -2 plus 3 equals -1. That's the answer. So normally for this kind of question, and you make sure these two equal, and then find out x, then plug in x. So for number 11, we do distributive property now. You will get the s squared over t minus tt reduce, you will get the s. That's the answer. So C will be the answer. Okay, for number 12. This is a polynomial if p of x is divisible by x. What's the meaning for divisible by x? Means your constant is equal to 0 for that polynomial. So I do the distributive property, you will get the 3x squared plus 30x plus 15. Then distributive property here is -5x plus 5k. You have to make sure that 15 plus 5k, that's equal to 0. And so k equals -3. That's the answer. For number 13, since this parabola passing through the points -1 and 1, so we need to plug in x equals to -1 and y equals 1 to that equation. You will get the 1 equals a times -1 squared plus b times -1, then plus c. So we work that out, you will get the 1 equals a minus b plus c. Therefore, D will be the answer. Okay, for number 14, we're looking for h. Same thing, whenever you have fraction, then try to multiply by denominator. So I multiply by 10. You will get 240 equals h minus 60. So I add 60 both sides. H will be 300. For number 15, distributive property, then you get like 2a plus 3. Negative sign we do, so minus 4a plus 8 equal to 7. We combine like terms first, you got -2a plus 11 equals 7. Then minus 11 both sides, you will get -4. This side is 2a, so a equals 2. That's the answer for number 15. For number 16, if x is not equal to 0, what's the value for that? First of all, try to do the PEMDAS. So we do the exponents first. I got the 4, then I got 9x squared. So the bottom will be 4x squared. Then I reduce, here's a 4 reduce x squared reduce, that's equal to 9. For number 17, x minus 2 is a factor. If x minus 2 is a factor, for that means x minus 2 equal to 0, x equals 2 will be the solution for x squared minus bx plus b. It will be solution. So I plug in, you will get the 2 squared minus b times 2, then plus b equal to 0. So you got the 4 minus 2b plus b equal to 0. Here's negative b, then equal to 0 here. Then it's b equal to 4. You add b both sides.